Transformers reviews, tech and the news, whatever else I use as a muse. Hit subscribe, I appreciate the views. Influences interest on YouTube. What's going on, people? Welcome to the channel. This is Influence, and I'm back today with FT-45 Spindrift, which is Fans Toys Seaspray. This is their 2.0 version. You know, the first version came out and it wasn't too great. It was skinny. It wasn't nowhere near the representation of Seaspray, what we've seen in anything toy, or it was really skinny, to put it blunt. And Seaspray is a little tubby, you know what I mean? So he has a little belly, but I'm not sure if this is too much belly for me or not. But we're gonna get into this. Let's get into. You see move this over a little bit. See the box? This is normal box, small box, normal mini box, and nothing. Just some artwork. You know, you get the normal things. You get this head, which is, I believe, the toy head, and it's nice enough. Got to unscrew it to put it on, so we won't be putting that on today. Get this card. Of course, you got to have cards. Normalcy, tech specs. And I don't really deal with cards that much. You get the book. The book is, I don't know how the book is. I didn't use it. Peak. I usually go to Peak for transformation. That's it. I just watched this transformation. He did a live stream, I think, yesterday on this. And I just watched the transformation part. I don't like to watch reviews. So I like that he does the transformation without reviewing it. Really does a live stream. The 360, you can get these gaps a little closed better. Propellers, spin. Got the guns up here. Got the blue windows. Again, you can get those gaps a little better than I got them. It's really solid once you get it all together. Again, just like Fans Toys normally is, and not much to talk about. Got some yellow here. This yellow isn't the greatest painted on, but it's not bad for yellow. Yellow is hard to do. It does look like up here it needs some spot work, but nothing crazy. Here, right here, I got some. Let me show you. Got a little bit of paint, so that's yours may vary depending. Yeah, so this is the bottom. A lot of screws, a lot of little bit of hollowness in the bottom. Doesn't really bother me, that hollowness. So let's dive in a little bit. As I said, you can get this a little better. You just gotta get everything right, and there we go. Up here you got to get this right, and then these gaps are closed. It's, you know, it can get difficult, but you have these two guns. They fit right here. I suggest to move these, and I show it more during transformation, but to move these during transformation so you can get in there. I mean, you can get in there like this, but you're gonna have to push a tool. You have to get a tool like this and push it, or I had the pointing tool so I could, but it's super hard. So I did it while transforming, because if you do it now, everything's gonna fall apart. But yeah, you get those, and I'll push them down because I'm not putting it back in there. And if you can see, you see how hard that is? It'll probably get loose over time. It's more than likely paint. So it covers that. You open these up, put the guns in here also. You see that little space right there for it to peg in. I don't know. Well, you should try to peg it in. Yeah, there we go. Then you can put that down. Then you have the guns like this. I spend too much time on it, but then you have that look if you want it. You have the guns on the side. I kind of like that. Or up here, I like the guns, but this is a little more subtle. So I think that's cool. So that's about it. Here, there's a flip over. So you can flip it over. You can put a Autobot symbol there. So in this mode, it's not there. But then when you flip it over, it'll be there. Let's get into transformation, shall we? Transformation is fairly simple. I like it. Push that up and you see his head right away. This flap right here, I just do that just because if you have the symbol, flip it around. I move this up. It's a tab there. So you want to pull that up. See that tab right there, tabs in right there. It's a tab here on this thing. This thing will rock back. And there's a couple places that are kind of tricky. Let me see if I can show that. Yeah, it's a better angle. And you see how that is like a rock tab. The tab is right there. This plate is tabbed in here because it's this part. And this is tabbed in right there. So you may just want to get it up. Get it in here. Maybe need a tool. And you see it, once you take that tab out, it starts breaking apart. It's not hard at all to get apart. Just a few places that holds it in really well. But you see, once you get that off, then you have this. I'll show that later. It really shouldn't have came out right now, but it does. Then this little clamp piece clamps over that. So then once you have that, you should be able to move this back. It's pretty tight. It's right here. There we go. So really it's a I don't know if you saw that. It's really a hook, kind of a hook tab. So you got to pull it out like that, which makes sense because if you see, it rocks back into that space. So here we go with this, and that one's a little easier. Just pulls up like that, and then it rocks back into the space. Then you can pull this up. Now what you can do, and pull these arms out. It's just a little, these go in the holes here. I had a little trouble over here, and it definitely rubbed some blue around there. I just flaked it off. You can just move these arms out the way, just to get them out the way. And then you have this waist. Pull this waist down. Now it's a lot easier when it's not in this mode because this right here fits right into this section, so you can't really move it back and forth in order to pull it down, but you can get it pulled down, and then you want to pull this down. So on that, try to rock it, and that's what I mean by like rocking it down. Like it's hard to rock down because it's stuck in between them. But once you get it down, then you can just move it over and then push this back up so you don't forget. Clamp it like that. Now this just bends up into here and then goes on his back as a backpack. Just a little tab there. Just leave it like that. Now this, you fold these flaps back underneath. Push this, you see this, you move that like that and push this in there. Then you can move this flap down. Wait, no, move this flap up. It's down when it's in alt mode. So you move it up, it has a little space there. Gives it a little more dynamic. These arms, nothing really. Just pull it out a little bit and then move it. Let me see which way you move it. I think you move it like that, yeah. You just get anatomically correct. Pull it out a little bit, then move it. There's a flap here. Move that up here, like that, close that. go down, flap here, push that up, move it again, close the flap, move it down. You have the arms. Now the arms are done. Now with the legs, spread them apart. This thing right here, make sure you have these flush. And this is like the ankle joint. So you want to move it so this kind of craters right here, and that's how your joint will be. So you know how it's going to be. This right here is kind of on a double hinge. You see that hinge? You see how it hinges up? You know, because the wheel is down. But then you want it like that. Flip that over like that. And then this has 2 pegs. Now this is on a ball joint. It comes off all the time. It's easy to get back on, but this ball joint, it looks metal, but it's plastic. Let me see. Yeah, so it looks metal, but it's plastic, and it'll come off. It comes off a lot. So once you get that off, you just move this like this out the way. So then you can move this in here like that. Then you can move this back. And this actually goes back and fills in. So it makes the foot more flat. So it's not giving that much. Now this gets loose. This right here gets really loose. So you have to tighten that screw. Over time, that may be an issue. I'm not sure, but who knows? It may. Again, over here, you just pull this up. Move that around. Get that on that hinge so it's up. Push that. Remember this hinge right here. Move it down like that, and it kind of cradles. See that L? That's how you know that you have it right. It just move up and sit on the back of that leg. Then you have the feet right. Flip this back over on that hinge. Then you flip this over and you move it back on that double hinge ball joint thing that it's on. And this foot is loose too. And it's that screw right there. Again, when you put screws on stuff that move like that, you unscrew it as you're moving it. So that's just what it's going to be. And I think we're done. Yeah. So that's it. Really simple. Really simple. Great transformation. That's from the legs being loose, the feet being loose. It doesn't, it's really tight, everything else, but you see this foot is loose, and it's this screw. It's this screw. So that's an issue. It's, you know, it's repairable, but you shouldn't have to really. So that's an issue there. You have the guns, of course, normal Masterpiece guns. If I can get it out. Just got the whole other gun over here. So yeah, it has 2 guns and up. Now yeah, this is definitely an issue because, and like I said, it's repairable. You just gotta screw that screw. And I don't think it's being stripped. I think it's just a matter of moving it. When you're moving it, you're unscrewing that screw. So it unscrews, which is why I always say you should have pins in places like that. But then the pins can get loose too, and you don't have a screw to screw it in. So it's a lose-lose, and I don't have a screwdriver around these parts. But it's good. We can finish the rest of the review. Yeah, I think it's a great representation. 2 guns. Eyes, I like the eyes. The eyes are nice and metallic, so it doesn't look dead. And I think this would be a great addition, a great version. And I know what everybody wants to know or wants to see: X Transbots next to him. So really, this is just, I believe it's preference. Now, this has a lot of die cast, I think the legs are die cast, his feet might have die cast, up in here has die cast, so it's really hefty, of course. You know the materials are much better than this. Feels way sturdier besides these ankles. Like I said, you can fix those ankles, just screw that screw in. But it will get loose during transformation. Now this finish I kind of like better. This is like the plain finish. He is a little skinnier, I guess, not as wide. I think I'm gonna do a proper versus maybe, or proper not versus, but just a comparison. Yeah, so he's a little skinnier, got a little more to see out here. But I think you can't go wrong with either version, to tell you the truth. I love this, and I didn't think it was gonna I didn't think I was gonna get Fans Toys to replace it, but now I'm uncertain, to tell you the truth. I don't know. I may keep both. I don't know what I'm gonna display, and I guess I'll figure that out later. We'll put it in with my collection and see. Head sculpts, definitely different head sculpts. I think it depends on what you want. He kind of looked Ninja Turtle-ish. But again, it might be right. I don't know. He's got more rounded head, look more human face. So we'll see. Like I said, I might do a complete comparison video. But then you have the other mini bots from Fans Toys, or a couple of them, not all of them. You see how they stack up. I think they look good. They look great, actually, together. Again, X Transbots looks great together. I don't want to act like I'm just ragging on X Transbots. They do have some QC issues, but you see, this is a QC issue, kind of. It's a screw, but I mean, who knows? I don't know how you could have fixed that, to tell you the truth. So let's get into articulation. So he's on a head is on a ball joint, goes up about that much, down about that much, spins all the way around, of course, and no side to side or anything. He can get a little down with this thing due to transformation. Arm goes all the way up, so that's a good articulation, especially for a mini bot. Goes all the way around, but his elbow was kind of limited. It's not double jointed. I ain't gonna say limited because it's 90 degrees, but his fist doesn't do anything. It's fixed. He has fixed fingers just in the grabbing. So there's that. And then you have the bicep swivel. Waist, he does have a waist swivel that doesn't get impeded. You can lift this up a little bit if you want, just to use it, I guess, if you want him a little bit taller. There's that. He holds his gun fine. Getting out, does the split. This foot is really bothering me. I need a screwdriver to screw it in. This foot's not loose, but it probably will be. But again, he does the splits fine. He has ratchets front and or in the upper thigh at the hips, but it is limited. He doesn't get all the way back. He does get mostly front. He also has ratchets in the knees, which is weird for a mini bot, but I guess it is heavy. So, and the ratchets are metal, which I like, and it's double jointed, so he does get more than 90 degrees. I don't even think it's double jointed, but it gets more than 90 degrees. So ankles, I'll do this one over here. Definitely has a rocker. You can pull it down and get more. You can kind of get the toe tilt down, get the toe tilt up, and it rocks either way. But really, it's supposed to be more down like that, but through the transformation, you can get a lot more. And of course, toes. He has big feet. He has no problem standing. You know, only real issue I see is this screw right here. If you like this review, if you like him, the way he looks, I say I recommend him. Materials, of course, is great. Transformation is pretty fun and not hard at all. I think X Transbots may be a better transformation if you like transforming figures. But this is like a simpler transformation, which is not usually the case with Fans Toys. Yeah, so if you're in for this, I say it's a good choice for Seaspray. Fits. If you have X Transbots, it's all preference if you want to get this or not to replace it. I wasn't, but now I'm on the fence. I'll probably let you know in the comparison video if I'm going to keep it or not. All right, so thank you for joining me. Thank you for watching to the end. And I will get up with you in the next episode.
Life ain't over. As long as you're alive, you can give another try and take it real high if you want it.